Hi everyone. No one becomes great in a day. No one becomes confident overnight. Strength is not a gift, it's a result. It comes from doing something again and again until it becomes a part of you. Whether it's speaking, writing, learning, or building, the more you do it, the better you get. Not because you were special, but because you stayed. My name is Muniba Mazari and I am a motivational speaker. If you like this content, then you can appreciate me by like, subscribe, and comments. Now, move on the topic. There are days when you feel like giving up. Days when your heart feels heavy and your mind is full of noise. You look at your goals, your dreams, and everything just feels too far away. You say to yourself, maybe not today. Maybe tomorrow I'll try harder. But then tomorrow becomes next week. And before you know it, you're standing in the same place with the same excuses and the same regrets. That's why you cannot rely on motivation. Motivation is like the weather. It changes. Some days it's sunny and bright. Other days it's dark and cloudy. But discipline is what gets you through the storm. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It means waking up when your body wants to sleep. It means showing up when your heart is tired. It means choosing your future over your feelings. Feelings are powerful, but they are temporary. They can lift you up, but they can also pull you down. You can't let your whole life be controlled by emotions that change every hour. Because if you wait for the perfect mood, the perfect time, or the perfect mindset, you will be waiting forever. The real magic happens when you keep going, even on the days you feel like quitting. That's where strength is built. That's where progress is made. Not when everything is going right, but when everything feels wrong and you still refuse to give up. That choice to keep going is more powerful than talent, more powerful than luck. That choice becomes your strength. Think about the people you admire, the ones who have achieved something great. They didn't get there because they felt amazing every day. They got there because they made a decision to be consistent, to show up on the bad days, to do the work when no one was cheering, to keep believing in their future even when the present felt hard. And that decision made all the difference. You may not feel strong every day, you may not feel ready, but feelings don't build success. Actions do. And action requires discipline. No matter how small the step is, take it. Even if your hands are shaking, even if your mind is full of doubt, take the step, do the thing. Not because you feel like it, but because your future deserves it. Some people will tell you to rest when you're tired. Yes, rest is important. But don't confuse rest with quitting. There is a difference. Rest is a pause. Quitting is a decision. And the truth is, sometimes you have to push yourself, even when you feel like breaking. Because on the other side of that struggle, there is growth. There is strength. There is a version of you that you haven't even met yet. A version who is proud you didn't give up. So the next time your mind whispers, skip today, remember this. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're winning. Every time you do it anyway, you're changing. Don't wait for motivation to come knocking. Create your own spark, create your own reason, and show up even when no one is watching. Because the people who win, the people who grow, and the people who change their lives, they are not the ones who felt good every day. They are the ones who made a promise to themselves and kept it even on the days when everything felt hard. That is what discipline looks like. That is what consistency feels like. And that is how success is built. Quietly, daily, with or without motivation. Some people are born with great talent. Some can learn things fast. Some shine naturally in a crowd. But talent alone is never enough. Talent might give you a head start, but without consistency, even the most gifted people fall behind. What truly separates the successful from the average is not how talented they are, but how committed they are, how consistent they are, how many times they show up when no one expects them to. You may look at someone and think, they're so lucky, they're so gifted. But behind that success is a story no one talks about, a story of quiet repetition, of doing the same boring thing every day, even when it's hard. While others were waiting to feel inspired, they were practicing. While others were busy talking, they were doing. It wasn't their talent that carried them, it was their consistency. Even small, simple efforts done daily can create results beyond imagination. A person who reads 1 page every day will finish more books than someone who reads 100 pages only once a month. A person who works out for 20 minutes daily will be healthier than someone who pushes themselves once every few weeks. It's never about how big your action is. It's about how often you take it. People often chase motivation like it's the secret, but the truth is, motivation fades. What stays is routine, discipline, commitment. And when you commit to something with your whole heart, you find a way, even when it's hard. Consistency means showing up every day with the same energy, same focus, even if you're not in the mood. It's choosing to water the plant every day, not just when it starts to wilt. Consistency is what turns average people into extraordinary achievers. It builds habits. It creates discipline. It trains the mind to keep going, no matter how hard life gets. The world will always try to distract you. Life will throw challenges your way. There will always be a reason to skip a day. But when you choose to be consistent, you rise above the excuses. No one becomes great in a day. No one becomes confident overnight. Strength is not a gift. It's a result. It comes from doing something again and again until it becomes a part of you. Whether it's speaking, writing, learning, or building. The more you do it, the better you get. Not because you are special, but because you stayed. Even when no one claps for you. Even when there's no reward. Even when progress feels slow. That's when consistency becomes your power. It's quiet. It's simple. But it's what makes dreams come true. Not talent, not luck, not chance. Just a decision to try again today. You don't have to be the best. You don't need to impress anyone. You just have to be better than who you were yesterday. And you do that by being consistent. One small action, repeated every day, becomes a habit. That habit becomes a routine. That routine becomes a lifestyle. And that lifestyle becomes your success story. So if you think you're not good enough, don't worry. If you think others are ahead of you, it's okay. Just stay consistent. Because one day, the same people who overlooked you will wonder how you got so far. And the answer will be simple. You didn't start. You showed up again and again. We live in a world where everyone wants results. Fast. People want instant success, instant growth, instant confidence. But real success never happens in an instant. It takes time. And more than anything, it takes patience. Consistency is not just about action, it's also about patience. Because the truth is, progress doesn't always show up on day 1 or even day 10. But if you keep showing up, something begins to shift. Slowly, silently. And then, suddenly, most people quit not because they're weak, but because they don't see results right away. They feel like their effort is wasted. They think, what's the point of trying if nothing's changing? But something is changing. You just can't see it yet. Just like a seed planted under the soil, you water it every day, and for a long time, it looks like nothing is happening. But underneath the surface, roots are growing, strength is building, a foundation is forming. Then one day, it breaks through the soil, and people call it success. But they never saw the struggle that happened underground. When you choose to be consistent, you are planting those seeds. Every single day, with every effort you make, you are building something within you. You are training your mind. You are stretching your patience. You are preparing yourself for the day when everything will fall into place. But it only happens if you don't give up halfway. Sometimes life will test you. It will make you wait. It will give you silence when you want answers. It will push you to your edge to see how badly you want it. This is where most people start. They lose hope because they can't see progress. But those who keep going in the dark, they're the ones who reach the light. Progress is not always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. It shows up in the way you think, in the way you react, in the way you don't quit, even when everything inside you says, stop. That kind of progress is powerful. That's the kind that transforms you from the inside out. Be honest with yourself. How many times have you started something and left it halfway? Not because you couldn't do it, but because you didn't see instant results. We've all done that. But it's time to change. It's time to commit to the long game. Because consistency is not about being perfect. It's about being patient with the process. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take one step, and then another. Keep doing what needs to be done, even if it feels small. Because these small steps, taken with patience, are the ones that lead to big changes. You won't feel the shift immediately, but it's happening. Quietly, deeply, and it will show, just not today. When you understand that progress takes time, you stop rushing, you stop comparing, you stop doubting, you start trusting. And that trust gives you peace. That trust gives you power. The power to stay calm while others quit, the power to keep building while others break down, the power to wait while your success takes its time. Let others look for shortcuts. Let them chase quick wins. But you, be the one who stays consistent. Be the one who is patient. Because in the end, the results will come, not because you rushed, but because you stayed when it was slow. And that patience, that quiet strength, will take you further than you ever imagined. We all love comfort. It feels good, it feels safe. But the truth is, nothing great ever grows in the comfort zone. The comfort zone is where dreams sleep and growth stops. If you truly want to become better, stronger, wiser, and more successful, you must step outside of it. And the only way to do that is by being consistent, even when it's uncomfortable. When you try to change your life, your body, or your mindset, your comfort zone will fight back. Your mind will tell you, stay where you are. It's easier here. But what's easy today becomes regret tomorrow. Comfort might feel good for now, but it won't help you grow. Growth only begins the moment you do something that scares you, something that challenges you, something that feels new and unfamiliar. Think about it. The first time you spoke in front of people, were you confident? No, you were probably nervous. The first time you went to the gym, did it feel natural? Probably not. Every first time feels uncomfortable. But when you keep doing it over and over again, it starts to feel normal. And that's when growth happens, because you stayed consistent through the discomfort. People often think successful individuals are fearless, but that's not true. They just choose to face the fear again and again until it no longer controls them. They train themselves to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And the only way to do that is through repetition, through consistency. Yes, the road of growth is full of struggle. Waking up early when your body wants to sleep, practicing when others are relaxing, saying no when temptation calls. These moments test you. And in those moments, your mind will whisper, just quit, just take it easy. But that's exactly when you push through. Because every time you choose discomfort over ease, you are growing. Consistency breaks the walls of fear and laziness. It turns pain into strength. It teaches you that you are capable of more than you think. Most people stop at the first sign of discomfort. But the brave ones, the disciplined ones, the consistent ones, they keep moving. And that's why they succeed. Not because they had it easy, but because they kept showing up even when it was hard. And here's something beautiful. What once felt difficult will one day become your strength. The same speech that once terrified you will become your passion. The same work that once tired you will become your flow. The same struggle that once drained you will become your power. But you will never reach that point if you keep running back to comfort. So ask yourself, do you want a life of ease or a life of impact? Because you can't have both. Comfort is good for rest, not for growth. If you want to live your best life, if you want to unlock your full potential, you must train yourself to be consistent through discomfort. This is not about being tough all the time. This is about choosing long-term growth over short-term pleasure. It's about doing what's right for your future self, not what feels easy right now. It's about showing up for your dreams, even when your comfort zone begs you to sit back. There is a stronger, wiser, braver version of you waiting on the other side of discomfort. But you'll never meet that version if you stop when it gets hard. So be consistent, Be uncomfortable, be patient, and watch how life begins to transform. There will be days when you feel tired, days when your heart is heavy, and your motivation feels far away, days when you question everything, your journey, your strength, your purpose. And in those moments, it's easy to step back. It's easy to say, not today. But those are the days that matter the most. Because that's when real consistency is tested.